Hey Connor, it's Coach Adams with Hit Zone, and I just wanted to take a minute to go over the video that we got of you Tuesday night at the clinic. Thank you for coming out. We really enjoyed having you. It's awesome to see young hitters so excited about hitting and willing to work. So let's jump right in to your video and break it down. Now the very first thing that we're going to look at is your feet, because remember, we want them to be lined up on this tape. The very first thing I notice is that you're closed off. We do not want to be closed off, because when we are closed off, it limits our hip turn, and our hip turn generates bat speed, and our bat speed generates power. So that's one thing that you want to make sure. The thing that you did do well is both feet are pointing in the right direction into the other's batter's box. So that's a very good thing. So let's look at your stride. You stride pretty good. You open it up a little bit, as you can see. Look at that. You start closed, and then you stride a little bit closer to open, but you're still not all the way open. As we can see, your front foot is still a little bit closed off. Also, your angle of that foot, it's close to 45 degrees, but it could be a little bit more open. And again, we don't want to close ourselves off, because that is going to limit our hip turn. So that very small adjustment is going to help you turn those hips, speed up your bat, and hit the ball harder. So let's go into the next phase, which is that hip turn that we've been talking about. So we'll watch as your hips start to turn here. Remember, the key that we're looking for is our belly button wants to be pointed to left field. Okay? And right here, when you make contact, your belly button is a little bit still in right field towards first base, second base, center field. And your back hip follows your belly button, and this foot as well. And you will finish it off right there. And now our belly button is pointed a little bit more towards left field. Our back hip has turned through, but it hasn't. The ball's already gone. So that didn't help us with the swing. Now if you watch, you will see that your hips right here are kind of following your arms. Your arms go through, and your hips aren't through yet. And then your arms finish, and they kind of pull your hips. We want to reverse that. We want our hips to go first, and then our arms to follow through after our hips, because that's just going to continue to speed up our bat more and more. So really work on turning that belly button faster and harder and before your arms, and let your hips pull your arms through, because that is what's really going to generate bat speed. Your hips are stronger than your arms. They're more efficient than your arms, and so that's going to help you generate bat speed, and that is the goal of our swing, is to really speed up that bat. So yeah, just work on that belly button out towards left field, and then when you do that, your hips will lead your hands. That's really what we want to be seeing. Let's look at one last thing. Let's look at how your eyes are when you get started. So you're right here, you're about ready to start. There's the ball, you start your swing. Eyes are on the ball. Very good. You land, eyes on the ball. You start through on your swing, boom, contact, eyes on the ball. That's very good. That's what we want to see. It's a very simple thing, and most kids have it down. But if you don't have it down, it's really going to affect your swing. And especially as we start turning our body harder, as we start exerting more force on our hips, sometimes it pulls our head. And we want to make sure that we're always checking that our hips don't pull our head out, because if that happens, you're not going to see the ball, and you can't hit what you can't see. So what I would recommend you to work on would be that hip turn. Let your hips lead your hands, and just really focus on turning that belly button faster, harder, and sooner to left field, and then your hip will follow through, and so will that back foot. It was great working with you, Connor, and we enjoyed it, and we think this small adjustment in your swing is going to help you to continue to improve as a hitter. We would love to see you at the next clinic that we'll be having for 9 and 10-year-olds, or if you would like to work with us and get some one-on-one instruction, you can do that by replying to the email that you're getting that has this video in it, or you can contact us through Hit Zone. We would love to work with you more, Connor, and thanks for coming out.